Capitol Reef National Park is one of Utah's less traveled destinations. For most people, this park is an afterthought. It's a place to stop on the way to somewhere else. But people that take the time to explore the park know otherwise. Capitol Reef has massive arches, incredible rock formations, and loads of gorgeous scenery. Make no mistake, this park is amazing. You just have to be willing to explore it. Capitol Reef National Park was established in 1971. This is Utah's second largest national park, just behind Canyonlands. Capitol Reef can be broken down into 5 areas: the Highway 24 corridor, the town of Fruita, the Scenic Drive, the Waterpocket District, and Cathedral Valley. Naturally, the Highway 24 corridor is the easiest section to access, so it's popular. Landmarks like Bayhewn Cabin and the Fremont petroglyphs offer quick stops for people that are passing through, while the Chimney Rock and Hickman Bridge Trails allow travelers to stretch their legs. All of these landmarks sit right off the highway. Access to these spots is so convenient that most visitors never even venture further into the park. Of course, we do things a little differently. Our adventure started on the Scenic Drive, in Capitol Reef's Grand Wash. The first mile and a half of Grand Wash is drivable most days of the year. From there it turns into a hiking trail, with 2 routes. The easiest route is the Grand Wash Trail. This trail is practically flat, and it passes through a slot canyon with massive walls. The path gets a little nasty after a good rain, but it's worth a stop. The Grand Wash's second hiking route was a little more difficult. The Cassidy Arch trail was much steeper and rockier than the Grand Wash Trail, but it also gave us great views back into the canyon. And of course, Cassidy Arch served as our reward once we reached the end of the hike. Capitol Reef's Scenic Drive is 8 miles long, and it really only has 2 main turnoffs: the previously mentioned Grand Wash and Capitol Gorge. Like Grand Wash, this area also has 2 hikes. The first hike is the Capitol Gorge Trail. This trail is easy, and it has a couple landmarks. The first landmark is the Pioneer Register. Early pioneers and early citizens of Fruita would pass through the gorge and carve their names into the walls. This register is a unique piece of history, and the earliest inscriptions date back to 1871. A little further into the hike, the trail began to climb to the tanks. The tanks are a series of pools that cascade into the gorge, although there wasn't a lot of cascading while we were there. Capitol Gorge's other trail took us high up into the cliffs. The trail hugged the wall of the gorge while we followed a rocky path. Navajo sandstone is normally orange or white, but this formation has a unique shade of gold, so it's been labeled the Golden Throne. The Golden Throne sits high atop the Waterpocket Fold. The Waterpocket Fold is a geologic formation. It stretches across Capitol Reef from north to south, and it's almost 100 miles long. This fold created temples in Cathedral Valley, slot canyons along the Scenic Drive, and arches like Hickman Bridge. But some of the fold's best scenery is tucked away in the Waterpocket District. Waterpocket is a remote and rugged area. Most people never even consider visiting this part of the park, but I spent 2 days exploring Waterpocket. This section of the park is filled with beautiful landmarks and great hikes. It even has fossilized oyster beds. Sites like the Halls Creek Overlook are unmatched throughout all of Capitol Reef. Waterpocket is also the home of Upper Muley Twist, which in my opinion is the best hike in Capitol Reef. Cathedral Valley sits to the north of Waterpocket, on the other side of Highway 24, and it's another less traveled section of Capitol Reef. Cathedral Valley is accessed through a 58-mile driving loop, and every inch of the loop is rugged dirt road. Depending on which part you want to see, you might even have to do a river crossing in your car. And this keeps most visitors at a distance. But if you venture into Cathedral Valley, you'll find little hidden gems like the Cathedral's Trail, the South Desert overlooks, and the Gypsum Sinkhole. But its most notable landmarks are the temples of the Sun and Moon. So we ventured out Cathedral Road to enjoy the temples. Cathedral Road is the easiest way to access the temples. For the most part, it's accessible to two-wheel drive vehicles, but it's still a 17-mile drive on a rocky, possibly washed-out road. In this area, the temples are the main attraction, but they're accompanied by Glass Mountain. This mound is made up of crystallized gypsum, which gives it a glassy appearance. The temples are massive sandstone formations that tower over the desert floor. You can hike around them to enjoy their massive nature, or you can hike away from them to enjoy them from afar. Either way, these are Capitol Reef's best formations. Capitol Reef's districts and landmarks can be tough to keep track of, but we created a beautiful Capitol Reef travel guide to help you stay organized. This guide has multiple itineraries, with everything you need so you can plan an epic trip to Capitol Reef. Follow the link in the description or visit SojournExpedition.com to check out all of our Southern Utah travel guides. There are a lot of adventures to be had in Capitol Reef. Naturally, visitors need a good place to get a post-adventure treat. The historic town of Fruita provides that treat. Fruita sits on the north end of the Scenic Drive. This little town has been restored to reflect the rustic architecture of the early 1900s. The town sets a very relaxing scene. Orchards line the road, waiting to be picked. Deer wander through the town, while marmots hop through the grass. And the Gifford farmstead sits at the heart of it all. Particularly the farmhouse. This little farmhouse serves up personal-sized pies, from 9 a.m. to 4:30 each day, although it does close for the winter season. But it always reopens on March 14th. Pie Day. Highway 24 provides the most direct route through the park, but the road also provides great views. Goosenecks and Sunset Point are great places to watch the sunset over the Scenic Drive. Chimney Rock towers 300 feet over Highway 24. And you can even hike above Chimney Rock to get a better view. But without a doubt, the Hickman Bridge Trail is the most popular stop on Highway 24. It's also the most popular stop in the park, so get to the trailhead early if you don't want to deal with crowds. While Hickman Bridge is popular, it's not the only stop on the trail. You can hike past the bridge to find the Rim Overlook and Navajo Knobs. These spots gave us bird's eye views of Fruita and the Scenic Drive. These were the best views in this part of the park. Still, Hickman Bridge was the highlight of the trail. We hiked early to beat the crowds, and we practically had the bridge to ourselves. This was a quick hike with a big payoff. What more could you want?